I want to tell you something amazing about Israel. We are surrounded by angels here. Let me explain why I'm going to talk to you about the concept of an angel before I begin. Many times people think that angels are what they've seen in movies. An object, something with wings or with circles above their heads. That is completely incorrect. Judaism and Kabbalah, Jewish wisdom, explain to us that an angel is basically a messenger from God in this world. That is, malaj in Hebrew is said as malaj or melaja, which means task. It is a spiritual force with a task, a mission to accomplish in this world. Therefore, today we are at war in the land of Israel, a very defining spiritual war in which good fights against evil. It is an evil that is not only an evil fighting against Israel. It is an evil that many people don't know, but it is an evil that basically wants to dominate the world. That is to say, these are people who want the world to be Islamic, and anyone who is not Islamic is considered by these evil people as an enemy. Heretics, and they are willing to do disastrous things to anyone who is against them, that is, anyone who is a heretic. In their view, that is, anyone who does not believe the same as they do. Therefore, we should know that, for example, in Europe there are many people, also evil, who want this, or also in different places around the world. As you know, there are many evil people, there are good people, but there are many evil people whose goal is to dominate the world. It may sound strange, but this is how it is. Therefore, when Israel fights against these very evil and very cruel people, it is a fight for the good of the world. It is a fight between good and evil. That is very important to clarify. It's not a local fight. It's not a fight over borders, like two countries fighting over borders or territory. This is a purely spiritual struggle between good and evil, and it's very important to know this. Now, when I say angels, why do I say angels? For example, on a personal level, when someone overcomes something, for example, someone who has a personal trait and it's hard for them and they overcome it, the energy of Angel Gabriel was revealed. Angel Gabriel comes from the word gvura. Gvura means strength. That is, Angel Gabriel, or the force of Angel Gabriel, can be translated as when a person overcomes something. This is on a personal level. On a general level, obviously, when the people of Israel, with an impressive love among all the people and for all humanity, and very united, become stronger. The soldiers, sacred soldiers of the army of Israel, are united with much love, fighting for the benefit of the entire world and striving to be the force of good. The strength of Angel Gabriel is revealed through them and through everyone, not just the soldiers. Also, a mother who changes a diaper, understanding that at that moment that's what God is asking of her. Taking care of the people of Israel, taking care of the whole world through something that, in quotes, seems like something minor, like changing a diaper, right? We Jews understand that we have to do God's will in every aspect. God's will is not done in a temple or in a synagogue or in a place, in a prayer, and that's praying to God. And then, in everyday life, to be a normal person. It's not very important. In Judaism, what is called achdut. Achdut means unity, being one. One has to be whole. That is to say, there is no such thing as someone being religious, like saying someone is religious. What does that mean? Someone goes, prays, worships in a certain place and then returns to their routine, being a normal person, and their business is normal. If he has to cheat someone for more money, God forbid, he does so, or because there are vested interests in another situation, he uses them. God forbid. Judaism is Judaism. They say, Ashut means unity, oneness. Shema, Yisrael, Hashem, Elokeinu, Hashem, Eshad, listen, Yisrael. God is our God, God is one. And just as God asks us to be one, one with ourselves, one with society, one with God, that is, to be sincere in the good sense of the word, to be honest, to be ethical, to be consistent with our principles. Pray to God for the good of all humanity, for the good of the people of Israel, for the land of Israel, for all humanity, so that good may triumph over evil. That is we, as it's said in Hebrew, which means in all your ways, seek God, pursue God, seek God. That is, in your work, see how you can do God's will by being a good person, being ethical, helping your coworkers, your clients, being honest with your clients, looking for the best for your clients, looking for the best for your company. But being honest, obviously ethical, in your family, how can you help? As we said, cleaning a baby, changing a diaper, cleaning the bathroom, washing the dishes, cleaning the floor, tidying up. If you're a woman, how can you be as a woman? If you're a man, how can you be as a man? That is helping at home. That is everything that God presents to you in your closest concentric circles and so on and further away. Just like when you throw a small stone into the sea and concentric circles form from the closest to the farthest. In the same way, you have to live first with yourself, be united with yourself, be consistent with spiritual principles and do God's will. Like studying the Torah, obviously also being united with God, united with your family, with your friends, with your community, with your city, with your country, with the whole world in concentric circles. And this basically makes you constantly create angels. You create angels. What does it mean to create angels? At the moment you do, the will of God creates spiritual realities, spiritual forces, the wind. Obviously, God creates the wind. The wind is a creation of God, an angel of God, a spiritual force. And so the stars are angels of God. They are sent by God for the sun, to give light, to give warmth, and so on with everything. Obviously, in the past, when people were, today, unfortunately, there are also pagan people, but in the past it was much more obvious. The people basically bow down to different objects, celestial bodies, or people. May God not allow it. None of these things is idolatry. It's the second commandment, which is, you shall have no idols before me, says God. That is, if I remember correctly, in biblical Hebrew it means, do not have gods, idols. God says there is a direct relationship between Him and you, with nothing in between. Do not put objects people know. Pray to people, objects, or any kind of so-called spiritual force. Why? Everything is God's creation. God is one, all-encompassing, supreme, and almighty. He is our creator, and there is nothing outside of God that He allows us. Obviously, God creates everything and creates everything at every moment, as we say. In the mornings, in our prayer, says Amejades, the one who renews in His kindness stopped the creation of the world. Every day I translated it freely. That is to say, God constantly is creating. Creation did not happen thousands of years ago, and may God allow us that He went to a place and let creation flow. May God allow us. No, God is present. God is constantly creating. God is creating you. He creates us, the whole world, all of creation, the planetary system, all the galaxies. God is constantly creating, and everything is placed in the exact spot. As we know, science already knows this. If the sun's distance from Earth was slightly greater, the land God permits us would freeze. If slightly less, the land that God allows us would catch fire. That is, God puts every star, everything in the exact, precise place. Therefore, it's very important to know that you can also create angels through your good deeds. Obviously, unfortunately, someone can create negative angels, negative forces, and does bad things and things against God. But let us strengthen ourselves in doing good, in wanting good, in doing the will of God, our Creator, the Almighty, with joy, a good heart, success, and blessings.